Charles Weinraub, aka the Handsome Homebuyer, and here we are on BAM to teach you how to find your first flip. So I do 70 to 110 flips every single year on Long Island, New York, which is the most competitive market, I would say, in the country. So people are always like,
Charles, what's the hardest part of flipping houses? I think it's the money, I think it's the contractors.
Well, it's finding the deals. That's where it's at. And especially when you get into flipping houses, you just started, you don't have a lot of money. You can't spend money on mailers and TV and paid social media and all these things. So how do you effectively go out there and bring in high quality deals without spending any money? Well, this is the catch. If you don't have money and you don't have business, you have time. So it's gonna be hard work, time, effort, and persistence. But with these tried and true methods of how I built my real estate business, I guarantee you, if you're diligent, you're gonna get deal after deal after deal. Okay, so let's start off with the first one. Networking. Networking is the most important thing. I can't stress this enough. Every year, I check and see all of my deals and I track and quantify where they came from. And without question, 75% or more of all the deals that I bring in on a yearly basis come in via my network, whether that's realtors, wholesalers, attorneys, public adjusters, people that are insurance. Regardless, I go out there and I build my network. So what did I do? At the beginning of my career, I would go out an average of 3 to 5 times a week, every single week, and I would go to different networking events. I would go to breakfast, I would go to realtor events, I would go to attorney and accountant events. I would go anywhere and everywhere that they would have me, and I would talk to everybody out there and I would say, my name's Charles, I'm the Handsome Homebuyer, I wanna flip houses, this is what I wanna do, here's my investment criteria. Follow up with them, find them on social media, and basically weave my way into their life. And over time, week after week, I would build my network until the phone just started ringing. Now, the great thing about a network is it's kind of like an annuity in the sense that it will pay dividends forever. Just as long as you do the right thing and you nurture those relationships, the phones and the email never stop and the opportunities never stop. So make sure that you do the right thing, you develop your network. That is the number one thing. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes care, but I guarantee you it'll pay huge dividends. Number 2, driving, walking, or riding for dollars. Very easy, very effective way to find great off-market deals. What you do is, wherever your target area is, you either jump in the car, you drive around. If you want to get some exercise and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you either jump on a bicycle or you take a nice walk and you go through street by street in your area looking for vacant, abandoned, boarded up houses or houses that look like they're in distress for whatever reason. You then copy the addresses down, you go home. If you go online and you Google free skip tracing software, you will find a number of different websites where you can, for free, put the address in, put the person's information in once you looked it up on public records, and they will spit out decent phone numbers most of the time. I also encourage you to speak to the neighbors. People like to talk, neighbors have information. Knock on neighbors' doors, say, hey, listen, my name is so-and-so. I see that you're living next to this horrible boarded up house. I really wanna buy it, make it beautiful again. I'm sure you'd like a beautiful house next door to yours versus this boarded up piece of crap that's there right now, wouldn't you? You'd be surprised at the information that you can get out of people in the area if you're willing to put the time in and talk. So what you do is you reach out to the owner, you try to make a deal, you ultimately close on the house. Now, I want people to understand persistence is key. Old man Randy sitting over there has chased people for 2+ years before actually getting them to commit. If you think you're gonna call once or twice, it's not gonna happen. It's a process. You have to check in every week, every month. Whatever it takes to get there, you have to do, but I promise you, if you keep pushing, these are deals that most likely other people aren't chasing. If so, only a few. And B, they're definitely not gonna be as diligent as you following up every single month. The best part is also, if you're a realtor, there's a bunch of different angles you can hit all these things at, right? So let's say you get a hold of somebody and the number doesn't make sense as an investment property. The spread just isn't there. But at that point, you might be able to pitch yourself as the realtor to take the listing and sell it on the MLS or on the open market. So it's great. As a realtor, you have those 2 hats. You're the investor and you want to buy to either rent or flip, and you're also the realtor who wants to get listings and make money transactionally like that. Social media. Social media is so important. It is, in my opinion, the most underutilized tool, free tool of our generation of today. All I can tell you is every single day I get anywhere from 3 to 6 DMs on Instagram, messages on Facebook from people I have never met before, and they say to me, Charles, I have this opportunity, here's the address, are you interested, and at how much? If I didn't have a robust social media presence and I wasn't posting multiple times a day across all the different platforms, I would never have these opportunities. It also keeps me top of mind for people that are already in my circle, people that are already in my network. Just because you know me doesn't mean you're thinking of me the moment that opportunity comes to you. Very important to be on social media, on all the different platforms, giving out valuable content so people remember you, because let's face it, everybody's attention is right here on their phone most of the time. The next one is auctions. Now there's two types of auctions. There's online auctions and there's in-person auctions. There's a bunch of different online auction platforms like Hubzu, Zoom, auction.com. These things are a little tougher these days. The prices are a little bit higher, but a few years back when they first came out, I spent a year and a half buying properties online with people in them when everybody thought I was nuts, and I bought a ton of properties over an 18-month period. There are still good deals here. It's just not as good, but still, bid all the time, bid often. It requires a lot of diligence. I encourage you guys to start bidding at the beginning. When you hit your number, drop off. Even if it ends up selling for a lot higher than your last offer, you would be surprised. In these online auctions, a lot of the higher bidders end up dropping out. If the bank wants to move the property, they will sell it to you for a lot less than what the sold offer was. That has happened to me numerous times. Don't get discouraged when bids go high. Get in there, bid early, bid often, and I guarantee you will get a certain level of conversion. In-person auctions, again, there's tons of different in-person auctions. There's bankruptcy, there's foreclosure, there's sheriff, there's tax deed. The list goes on and on and on. This is a business model in itself. It requires a lot of work, a lot of due diligence, but there's a lot of opportunity, but you have to be consistent with it. You can't go to 1, 2, 3 auctions, not get a property, and get discouraged. It has to be something you do consistently well all the time. The MLS, listen, for the first year of my career, I bought 11 houses. Every single one of them came off the MLS. I sat there, I mined the MLS, I called agents, I waited for the properties to hit, I would get the notifications. It's hard, especially in this market, to get deals on the MLS because it's so competitive, but there are deals out there if you're willing to put in the time and work it. And most importantly, like the rest of these, it's absolutely free. Craigslist is one of the greatest resources out there. A little bit dated, but still excellent. You can get anything on Craigslist that you want. Cars, houses, a girlfriend, arrested, whatever it is, Craigslist has the resources for you. I've bought a ton of houses off Craigslist. You'd be absolutely shocked. Just go up there and search things like handyman special or needs TLC, and houses will pop up. Again, very important to be diligent. You have to go on there every day, put it into your schedule, see what pops up, reach out to the people, and go from there. All right? And last but not least, be creative. You don't have to spend big money on TV ads, radio, and things like that in order to be effective. All of these things that I just mentioned bring in the overwhelming majority of my deals, and they cost me absolutely nothing. So if you're interested in topics like this and you don't know where to turn, you just need to ask a quick question or you need a helping hand, this is my free text platform number right here. Just reach out, ask me any questions. I check it daily, and I'm happy to help you guys achieve your goal of finding your first flip. See you next time.